In this video, I'm going to coach my brother Brent through the process of teaching his puppy Lottie how to go to a bed or go to a place or a target. And not only that, I'm going to show him and you how to do it through shaping. And I'm not going to lie to you, the first part of the video is probably going to be a little boring, but that's just the reality of teaching a dog any behavior through shaping. It starts off slow, but as the dog begins to grasp the concept you're trying to teach them, it gets faster and faster until eventually the dog is doing the behavior you were trying to teach them almost nonstop. But if you can hang in there for the first few minutes, you will get to see a very real look at operant conditioning in action. More specifically, you'll see a lot of positive reinforcement, but also you will see negative punishment happening naturally. And I talk about that a little bit in the video. But overall, this video would be a good lesson for you guys, a good visual representation of how dogs learn. I know for many people this is going to be pretty new and pretty enlightening stuff. So if you can hang in there and bear with me till the end of the video, it'll be worth your while. Let's get started. All right, got your food, got your clicker, got your dog, got a calm, quiet environment. What we're going to work on, or what we're going to start teaching Lottie, is to go to her bed on a verbal command. And we're going to do it through shaping. Because also shaping is something that's not as commonly known. So I figured I would kind of show you guys what that looks like. So let me show you. So Brent, what you want to start off with is anytime she shows any interest whatsoever in the bed, click and give her a reward. So if she looks at it, she moves towards it slightly, any sort of interaction whatsoever with the bed, mark it and reward it. That's where you're going to start. If you, right now she's locked into you because you're good on engagement. She does really well with her engagement, and that's what she thinks we're doing. So you may have to move around a little bit, just kind of hover around the bed and keep an eye on her. And anytime she does anything with the bed, yeah, she thinks we're in a sit-stay mode. Try not to look at her because you don't want the eye contact to distract her, because that's been heavily reinforced so far, so that's what she's thinking. You don't have to look her in the eyes. You can just look at her in general or keep her in your peripherals. Yep. So walk around a little bit. Just keep walking around the bed. Almost. Yep. Just be ready. Yeah, just kind of ignore her. Keep walking around. A little bit slow goings in the beginning. But once they start getting it, they'll really start getting it. All we need is just a few repetitions of showing a little interest in the bed. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, the timing is important, but just be ready. What we're butting up against is all the conditioning we've done up until this point, which has been engagement and holding the sit stay. So she's going to what has worked for her in the past. And it's just working against what we're trying to teach her now. Get ready. Yeah, hey, no, that's not bad. At least you rewarded her for doing something else. So get ready to do it again. Do it again. Yep. Click. Yep. Perfect. So this is her wheels turning a little bit. If she looks at it again, give it to her. Yep. She's starting to figure out, all right, there's something over here is getting me the reward. And yeah, anytime she shows any sort of interaction with that, so she's looking at it or nose pointing, any of that, go ahead and reward her again. Good. She is indicating on it. That's okay though. Get ready. Oh, yeah. Should I keep reinforcing? Maybe give it to her one more time. If she looks at it, good. Yep. So that behavior is consistent now. So now what you can do is wait it out a little bit. So look, she's going to look at it, wait, Maybe let's see if we can get her to put one paw in there. Just waiting long enough until she gets a little antsy about it and she moves towards it. She can get one paw in there, mark and reinforce it. We have done some indication training with Lottie. So that's what she's defaulting to right now. She's thinking the sit and stare is it, and that's part now. Perfect. Yes, good job. Go ahead and give it to her again. She's got two paws in there. Good. Notice how we're just waiting. We're not helping her. We're letting her figure it out. It just requires a little bit of patience. Yep. Now, wait her out again. Don't look at her. Give her a moment. At least one paw in. Ooh, so close. Now, yep, perfect. Keep doing that. Keep drilling that. Same thing. Wait for at least one paw. Perfect. She's starting to put two in. Now wait for the two paws. Yep, just wait her out. See if we can get two. One of the benefits of shaping versus luring is that the dog learns to problem solve. They learn to figure things out for themselves, and that can be handy for certain things. Go ahead and mark her. Yep. Because she's holding it. Do it again. Yep. There you go. She's got three in there. Follow up. Follow up. Yep. She puts that fourth in there. Mark it. There you go. Keep marker again. There you go. Go ahead and start walking around. She's holding it. Mark and reinforcer. Perfect. A dog that is used to shaping versus luring will continue to try new behaviors until they start getting the reinforcement. Whereas a dog that's heavily lured has a tendency to wait for inputs all the time. And not that either one is better or worse than the other, and actually you can work around those things. You can even blend them together. That's actually what I like to do ultimately. So not that one or the other is better. Perfect. There's just pros and cons to each, and depending on what you plan to do with your dog and how you want them to think and learn, you can go about this in different ways, and it doesn't matter a whole hell of a lot at the end of the day. But there are some little nuances that can help with certain things. No, you never gave her a command, so we don't have to worry about the release. Go ahead and grab her leash and walk away from it a little bit. Yep, just walk away. Perfect. And now we'll see if she'll go back to it. You can stand kind of close to it. As soon as she gets on it, mark and reinforce her. So she's starting to understand something with this, but she doesn't quite understand the getting on it yet. So that's what we would drill. That's what I would drill. Let's wait her out a little bit. Wait her out, wait her out. Go ahead and give it to her. Yep, perfect. That's it. Do it again. And then walk away. Drag the leash with you if you need to, because she's going to want to hold it. So we want to work the getting onto it. You ready? Wait her out. She almost did it. Mm-hmm. That's just what she knows right now. This may not seem like much, but she's learning what doesn't work, which the sitting and staring at it isn't working anymore. And that's just as important as learning what does work. So give them a minute to figure it out. Give it to her. Yep. She's a little unsure about it still, so go ahead and give her anything. I think at this point I would do two paws, not just one, but two. Yeah. Yeah. What you should notice is they get a little bit faster about it. Two benefits of shaping that I can think of right now. One is that it forces the dog to think and problem solve, so it wears them out mentally a little bit. Perfect. Start to wear them out mentally because they have to problem solve to get the reward. And for a lot of dogs, that mental exhaustion, that mental stimulation is a big deal for tamping down anxiety and maybe some aggression issues, like any sort of mental problems they may have. Just wearing them out mentally can help kick that down a few notches. You got to wear your dog out physically. Everybody knows that, but the part that gets missed is you have to wear them out mentally too. And some dogs require more than others in that regard, just like the physical component. Give it to her. Yeah. Yeah.
I saw the.
Yeah, but right there she's saying, she's like, "Is it this?"
Yeah.
And then she like put her paw down and was like waiting for the click, and like you want to give her that immediately because she's yeah. Anytime you see her trying to piece it together, give it to her. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's yeah. The nice thing about Lottie is she is extremely food motivated, so she can do extended sessions. And so we're definitely pushing the limits on this. But she's staying in it, and we know she will because she likes the food so much, so we'll just keep going. That is one thing about shaping. Keep it here. Yep. Is that shaping works especially well for food motivated dogs or extremely motivated dogs. Perfect. The more motivated they are to receive the reward, the harder they're going to work to figure out whatever it is they need to figure out. Perfect. Good. She's getting a little faster about it finally. The other nice thing about shaping is once they get it, once you get the whole behavior down, naming the behavior is super easy. It's just you just say the phrase right before they go and do the behavior you've already made consistent, and then you just pair it together over and over again. So it's really straightforward. You don't have to fade out lures or anything like that. You just simply add it to the front of the behavior you already created. Perfect. So we're starting to see it. Notice how it was a slow build up, and now all of a sudden we're rolling. That's how shaping tends to go. Yep. Yeah. So she's perfect. Good. Yep. Yeah. She's figuring it out. So keep your criteria in mind. 3 paws at least, probably. Boom. Nice. So notice she's walking away. She's moving towards it, putting paws inside of it now. Once it's consistent and we can predict the behavior, all we have to do is say whatever we want to say in front of it and pair those together over many repetitions. And there you have it. Then you'll have the behavior on a verbal cue. What you're seeing here is operant conditioning, in particular positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement, whenever she interacts with the thing we want her to interact with, she hears the mark, which tells her a reward is coming. So in that instance right there, she moved to the bed, put all 4 paws in, heard the mark, got a reward. Now she's figuring out, oh, it's my 4 paws on the bed. There's only 2. Yeah, give her a chance. Perfect. That's how she gets the reward. The marker is telling her why she's getting reinforced, and that's positive reinforcement in action. There is also a component of negative punishment that's happening naturally. So you notice in the beginning, we didn't reinforce the incorrect behavior, which was just staring at it or sitting outside of it and staring at it. Maybe in the beginning, that's what we started with, but then we shaped or built into getting on the bed. And once the criteria has reached a certain point, you never really backtrack unless there's a reason for that, unless you feel like a dog missed an important part of the concept you were trying to teach them. So this is negative punishment happening naturally. There is no reward. Getting close, but we know she can do it. So unless she starts to really struggle, we're just going to wait her out. This is just, once again, negative punishment happening naturally. That's okay, because we can build duration later. Even if she puts 3 in there, I would give it to her. But it's this tension between correct and incorrect that is teaching her. And this is just one session. Doing this over, 3, 4, 5 sessions, you should have a new behavior established. Perfect. Good. So from here, we're not going to get to it in this session, but I'm sure you can imagine once that is consistent, the moving away from Brent and going to the bed is consistent. All we would do is add the command word in front of it and reinforce that over and over. Fantastic.